teammate. What up, Kyle? You nervous. You don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Kelly, what's it like coming back, practice after a couple of days off? You guys shake off the rust from the weekend?
Oh, it was good, get away, get away from football for a little bit, just it was a big, recovery, it was let a lot of us, sleep in a little bit, get some rest, a little bit downtown. But it was good, to get back, yesterday, finish up camp, on a good note.
Do you like the kind of closing the door on camp and now starting to kind of focus in on the season ahead in the first game in Furman?
Definitely, we've been grinding for 3 weeks. Good on good. Now we get to, focus in on an opponent now rather than, Clemson. We're still gonna do that, but like I said, now it's good, to flip the script a little bit, get ready for opponent.
How much do you feel you've kind of hit your stride, at least the last week or so? I know that Dabo has said you've had some of your best days here, especially with the last scrimmage.
I feel like it's been good, and I feel like I had a pretty good count. Overall, could be better, but I feel like good competition, at all positions on the team. So it brought the good in a lot of people. It was good to see guys out there competing, and myself as well.
A year ago at this time, you knew at this point in the camp that you were the starting quarterback going into week 1. Would you like to know that now, or is it okay that it's still up in the air?
It's up to the coaches. I feel like I've done everything I needed to do. So I leave it in the coaches' hands, and they're going to make the decision that's best for the team. So all I got to do is make sure I'm ready each and every week.
You haven't changed anything as far as just with the competition. You haven't done anything differently. You've acted like you're the starter.
Definitely prepared like I'm the starter. I feel like I came out here, stepped on the field like I'm the starter. Trying to be that leader. For all the guys. I don't feel like I've changed anything. Just anything to try to enhance it as well.
Second year leading the camp, talk about the difference in the offense from last year and this year and what you see as far as the strides of improvement.
I just say the offensive line has been looking really well. Those guys been going against, those guys on the other side of the ball. They've been picking them up. They've been challenges as well. But just see the amount of guys that we have repping on the offensive line. Just come in and pick up all the protections and the run schemes. Well, it's been really good to see those guys up front handling business.
Y'all ran more plays than any team in the country last year. But we've been hearing from the coaches that you plan to go even faster. You think that might be the biggest difference with this offense?
Definitely. We always been stressing tempo. We feel like we could have been better a year ago. We are out camp. That's all we've been stressing, tempo, just lining up, getting a call in, and playing fast.
What do you see from this young group of receivers? A couple of the freshmen that have stood out. What have you seen from your perspective?
Those guys they caught the scheme really fast. They've learned it. It's good to see that they're transitioning from the meeting room out here on the field. They're out there making competitive plays. They're doing everything that's asked of them, and they're also contributing as well.
How do you balance the ability of just getting your own game in gear, but also trying to mentor the two younger guys, Chase and Trevor?
I do what I've been doing all along. I had young guys last year in the room. I was under 2 older guys. I just leaned on what they told me, what they brought me up on. So just also make sure that I'm doing everything for myself as well, and also make sure that I'm helping those guys out as well, because they've been doing the same thing for me. Whenever I don't see something, they may see something differently. They've been putting their input, so it's been good to see that and hear that.
If the plan is to kind of switch around the quarterbacks in the middle of a game, does that mess up your rhythm at all, or how do you focus with that?
I just stay ready.
Coach Sweeney said yesterday you guys did some team activities. What exactly did you guys do as a team yesterday?
There's a lot of different opportunities. Guys went on the boat. There was tubing, jet skiing. Guys went golfing. Some guys went to sleep in the church. That's pretty good. But yeah, me and a couple guys we went fishing. Didn't really catch anything, so kind of disappointed in myself right there, though.
I know in years past you've done some fun stuff like karaoke for some of the younger players. What else has Coach Sweeney done to break up the monotony of camp? And what have you learned about your teammates through those things?
We had a little karaoke. I think it was last week. All the freshmen had to get up. First year guys, and also first year staff, they got up. And I can say that Coach Woody McCorvey, he's pretty good. He's an OG. He impressed me. He got a little rhythm. Got a little dance moves as well. So good to see that.
Were any of the freshmen overly impressive?
Oh my gosh.
Or
wow.
really not impressive?
I gotta say, Darnell Jeffries, we call him Uncle because he looks like he's 30 years old. Oh man, he was funny. He's the best one. I give it to him. Yes, Darnell Jeffries.
Did you participate in Coach Streeter's annual golf tournament for the quarterbacks?
I know y'all saw that. Yeah, you know, got a little bit better. You know, I think I might have hit a house or two, but you know, hopefully they have some insurance.
Kelly, how much better is your downhill passing, you think, this camp?
I feel like it's grown. You know, the biggest thing, you know, I wanted to look or get better on just giving the guys a chance, you know, rather than, you know, overthrowing them and not having an opportunity for them to make a play on the ball. So that's something I've been stressing, you know, make sure I'm hitting my landmarks, you know, where the spots they're going to be down the field. So that's two of the big things that, you know, I've been, you know, emphasizing and putting into, you know, the deep ball.
Coach Elliott was talking about how you become more of a dictator on offense instead of a manager. What exactly does he mean by that, and what have you done different that you know he's giving you that kind of attention?
I just say probably, you know, I've always been a guy that led by example. You know, now I've been more vocal. You know, putting guys in position. You know, making a few checks here and there. You know, that just comes with territory. You know, you've been in offense for such a long time. You know, my confidence is growing. It's still growing. I'm still learning as well. But you know, now I feel like, you know, I got a little bit more loose. You know, I can make some calls, you know, because I had the experience and I know what to see, you know, pre and post snap a little bit.
Did they give you more freedom on that as far as when you see something changing like Deshaun used to do?
They always having that freedom, but, you know, it just came with, you know, experience. You know, just having to learn, you know, on the field and also having that game experience as well. You know, seeing it, you know, now it's something I feel like it's slowing up a little bit more for me now as well.
Coach Sweeney has said a few times over the past couple of weeks that you have had your best day. I guess it's getting better and better throughout camp. Is that something you've noticed? And what areas in particular do you feel like you've been really performing well lately?
Just competition. You know, being out here on the field, practice field, and also when we be out there scrimmaging, you know, it can bring the best out you. You know, some days it can be good, you know, and some days it can be not so good, especially when you're going against Coach V and all those guys out there. You know, they make it hard for you. You know, just biggest thing, you know, just making sure that I haven't been getting too high and too low, and just trying to, you know, stay consistent, you know, and improve as well. And so those are the things, you know, I've been honing on myself and just engraving, you know, not to get too high and get too low.
Do you feel like you have made big improvements since?
I feel like I have. Yes, I have.
You feel like you've made a strong case so far to be the guy, the first guy out there against them?
I feel like I have. But, you know, like I said, it's going to be the coach's decision. So, you know, we're going to have to see what they have to say.
Coach Elliott talked about Lynn J and his willingness to pass protect a little bit further along than Travis was in that department last year. Would you agree with that?
Definitely. You know, a year ago, you know, Barry can see some similarity between those guys. You know, coming out here, you know, they're making big plays. You know, everybody's like, who is these guys? Who is that guy? You know, that's who Lynn J been. You know, of course, you know, he's been really good in pass protection. He's been catching it really well. You know, it's good to see. You know, because that's hard. You know, for a young guy to come in, you know, right away. And also, you know, getting the grasp of the pass protection. So it's really good to see from Lynn J. And also, as Travis, well, he's also grown as well in that field as well.
The other quarterbacks, Trevor and Chase, have you seen those guys improve as well? And in what ways have they got better throughout camp?
Oh man, they loosened up, man. That was a little tight, you know, going into it, man. I had to, you know, put them in a chokehold, but nah. And it's been good, you know. Those guys, you know, no matter who they're repping with, you know, those guys been, you know, driving offense, you know, making plays. You know, it's really been good to see, you know, competing. You know, also, you know, leaning on each other, you know, to help each other and better each other. You know, all of us out there. You know, it's been good to see all three of those guys, and also, you know, not many people talking, but Ben Batson, you know, as well. He's a guy that came in. You know, he was obviously going to be a defensive player. You know, now he's a quarterback. He's been doing really well as well.
Very good.
Thanks, guys.
All right.